So welcome back, and hello if you are new, my friends. Thank you ever so much for tuning in for another month of what is going to be my Apocalyptic Anniversaries. The first video of March is going to be dedicated to an album that is potentially one of the most influential metal albums of all time. The album is certified 6 times platinum, is the gateway for all metalheads. It is, of course, the 35th anniversary of Metallica's Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets are pulling your strings, twisting your mind and smashing your dreams. It's been quite daunting, actually, putting this video together because it's such a well-revered and respected album, and I really wanted to kind of do it justice. I've been kind of doing a bit of digging and finding out various different facts about the album, and one of which was that it was going to be produced by Rush's Geddy Lee. In the end, it was produced by Flemming Rasmussen in Denmark, and it is also the band's final album to feature bassist Cliff Burton before he sadly passed away. The songs were longer and more intricate and took a lot more time to kind of piece together, but they didn't necessarily lose that sense of immediacy. You know, for example, Battery and Damage Inc. 2 songs that, you know, bookend the album, but really do have that fierce sense of thrash that Metallica were known for. Master of Puppets also has potentially some of the best songwriting in metal of all time. And I think a lot of that is down to the fantastic dynamics. You know, it might be sort of like a stop-start here or something where they change the note ever so slightly there, but it really does make all that difference. I'm almost certain that a big part of this was down to Cliff Burton's understanding of musical theory and harmony. I mean, Orion is a great example of that. You know, that's a song where there are slightly different time signatures, there are new sort of territories kind of, I think, being pursued there, but also it very much has a progressive feel to it, which... This album was also technical, but more dynamic at the same time, and it really locks in Hetfield's kind of rhythmic arm, but then allows that sort of delicate, more melodic side of things where the leads are concerned. I do really think that the title track is what really kind of drives this album, and there's so much that you can kind of take from it. I think that the song itself, it almost moves through 3 different acts. It doesn't matter if it's the first time or the millionth time that you've heard it, it still hits just as fucking hard. I also think that, as I mentioned before, this is very much Metallica looking at the more cinematic scope of things. And it's kind of a precursor of what we would come to see on And Justice for All. I think that Welcome Home Sanitarium is kind of like a prelude to the ideas that were extrapolated in 1. And then you've also got Leper Messiah, which sounds kind of similar to where the band were going to go on the Justice material. There are also many different themes which are explored on this album. There's televangelism on Leper Messiah, Master of Puppets looks at addiction, Disposable Heroes is an anti-war song, Welcome Home Sanitarium is an ode to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, an amazing film. I also think that the Peter Mensch and Metallica inspired cover, which was painted by Don Brautigan, is incredible. You know, the vividness of those reds and those oranges, the power that those fists have, and then also I think the real solemnity of seeing all of those crosses is such a powerful image, and one that has been ingrained in heavy metal and thrash metal for forever. I also think that it summarized this idea of subconscious manipulation in a fantastic and very effective way. The bottom line is that Master of Puppets is a timeless album that has appealed not only to the thrash metal hordes, but so many people in heavy metal, and was instrumental in Metallica essentially becoming one of the biggest bands in the world ever. It shows both the creative scope of Metallica musically and thematically, and their kind of limitless creativity when it comes to their own sound. And quite frankly, not a lot of the records I have in my front room here would be here without it. So celebrate this album well, give it a spin, give it a listen, stream it, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you listen to this incredible record. And I will see you guys for my next Apocalyptic Anniversaries very, very soon. Take care, my friends.